Hello guys, today we're going to take a look at another group of 5 here. First we got Killer Instinct Gold. I believe I reviewed this one already, but we're going to just take a quick look at it again to see if there are any differences with it compared to the ones I reviewed. This came out in '96, rated T for teen. Has it's also known as Killer Instinct 2. It has 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb with about 186 user votes. Wikipedia receptions game. All game gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. CVG 3 out of 5. EGM 27.5 out of 40. Game Informer 8.5 out of 10. GameSpot 7.4 out of 10. IGN 6.5 out of 10. N64 magazine gave it 62%. Nintendo Power 4.4 out of 20. Viewers compared Gold favorably to Killer Instinct 2, but thought that its graphics were not sufficiently upgraded. In particular, IGN felt that the Killer Instinct 2 graphics appeared dated in Gold and gave it a cheesy 80s feel compared with the arcade release. IGN CVG noted fewer animation frames. IGN preferred Gold's crisp music but would have liked more characters and distinctions from the arcade version. GameSpot named Gold the best entry in the series at the time, but other reviewers only recommended Gold for fans of the series and genre and those most desperate for an N64 fighting game. Allgame described Killer Instinct Gold as best for players who want Mortal Kombat on speed with a hyperactive Barry White announcer. Within the fighting game genre, GameSpot considered Gold to be better than the other N64 fighting games Mortal Kombat trilogy, but GamePro readers rated Gold below Tekken 2, also released that year. Next Gen and N64 magazine agreed that Tekken 2 and Virtua Fighter 2 have outclassed Killer Instinct Gold. N64 magazine concluded that even in N64's then meager catalog of titles, Killer Instinct Gold did not distinguish itself and thus had a lifespan of weeks rather than months. Killer Instinct Gold waned from a celebrated announcement to a quiet European release. Reviewers highly praised the game's sound and environment backdrops, but noted blurriness in its character animations. IGN appreciated stereo sound, special effects, and camera work. The characters appeared blurry, CVG wrote, because of the fuzzy anti-aliasing when the camera zoomed in. Apart from this blur, GameSpot considered the graphics near perfect. The graphics similarly impressed Game Informer, but as one reviewer commented, Gold had few other positive features. In contrast, GamePro praised the lively character animations over the mildly annoying backgrounds. While GamePro gave the game perfect ratings and controls and fun, Next Generation considered the controls almost as awkward as they were on the Super NES and ultimately wrote that the game was not much fun. Many reviewers criticized how Gold's combo-based gameplay diminished the importance of skill. This shallow emphasis on archaic combo sequence memorization, said IGN, prevented creative improvisation. CVG wrote that Gold had little flow and every match focused on huge combos rather than small strategic moves. Thus, players were forced to train before they could effectively produce combos long enough to win matches. Multiple reviewers praised the game's training mode, which CVG also liked in its Super NES predecessor. Also, a little bonus stuff. After the game did not sell as well as the Super NES version of the original, the series went dormant. IGN reported in 2010 that Killer Instinct Gold had upset series fans by changing the combo movesets and omitting fan-favorite characters from their original. The website added that Rare knew that between all its franchises, Killer Instinct had the most fan interest in a new series entry. Microsoft purchased Rare in 2002, ending the acquisition's permanent alliance with Nintendo. Microsoft and Rare revived the series on Xbox One, which I reviewed as well. In 2014, Games Radar retrospectively ranked this game 35th best game on the N64 console. The game was later emulated into the Xbox One's and that Gold's graphics had not aged well. New York, for that Killer Instinct Gold, while underrated in its time, had withered into an outdated frustration as the anthology's biggest letdown, really. Destroyer singled out Gold as the collection's worst title as a bare-bones Killer Instinct 2. 20 years after original release, Retro Gamer wrote that while Killer Instinct was popular in arcades, it has been outdone by Tekken 2 and Virtua Fighter 2 by '96, and ultimately proved mediocre in comparison. Jeez. I don't know, maybe this game's different than the one I reviewed. Just have to see how everything's laid out. I think this is a straight-up arcade port, while the other one on Xbox One might be something a little bit more different. Oh, look at this. I mean, I think this is actually the N64 port, and while the other game I think is more like arcade. I'm not quite sure. Look at all this stuff, though. I always love the music in this. Killer Instinct's one of my favorite underrated games. Okay. Shit. I'll figure it out. Tournament. I don't remember the team option being in that. This is definitely more of a straight up port. Let's just do team. Team elimination, actually. $11, yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, well, we'll see everyone. Yeah, they definitely kind of cut down. There's like I only had access to 10 people. Oh, nice. Shit. Shit. What the fuck? There we go. Nice. Oh, shit. Sweet. Shit. Okay, I get it. Jeez. Damn. Oh, wow. Ooh. Shit. God, Glacius is just... There we go. Shit. I think that was my last try. Oh, wow. Shit. Then I'm cycling through my guys again. There we go. Alright, at some point I gotta call it good. Next guy, my next death will be it for me. Jeez. Alright. I did a little bit more time on that than I planned, but that's okay. Yeah, but I didn't think that was bad. I thought it was pretty solid, you know. I enjoyed it. It's still a Killer Instinct. I will say the small roster is definitely weird. That's one thing I noticed about it that I think, at least for that specific mode. Well, yeah, let's move on to the next game here. Blast Corps. This is going to be fun. Now, when I read about this collection, a lot of people praise this game right here. So I'm kind of very interested in taking a look at it. This game came out in 1997, has 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb with about 90-ish user votes. 97 specifically. On the Wikipedia reception page, Metacritic gave it 90%. That has 12 reviews though. Allgame gave it 4 out of 5 stars, CBG 4 out of 5, EGM 35 out of 40, GameSpot 8.4 out of 10, IGN 9 out of 10, XGen 4 out of 5 stars. Reviewers highly praised the novelty and variety of Blast Corps gameplay. IGN in particular lauded the game's originality and industry hesitant to take risks. Trendword commented in GameSpot that the premise taps into childhood fantasies, while the unique relationship between the terrain and vehicles you pilot ensures that Blast Corps will exercise your mind as well as your reflexes. Viewers struggled to master the game's controls. GamePro praised this aspect of the game, saying that even mastering the extreme precision of the steering is a fun, and rewards a player with both better gameplay technique and appreciation for the strong distinction between the game's many vehicles. It was likewise overcame the initial concerns to appreciate the complexity of the controls and differences between the vehicles. It was considered that the locked camera view restrictive when compared to the unrestricted 3D camera in the game's contemporaries. It was thought that the game should have been longer, with fewer bonus levels and more main missions, though the pacing was appreciated, the design and difficulty of the included levels as well. It was asserted over 60 levels and hidden areas within hidden areas give you your money's worth. The Next Generation critic agreed, asserting that the vast size of the levels and numerous secrets and bonus areas make Blast Corps one of the few N64 games that justifies the exorbitant price tag. EGM thought the game was repetitive, as did Computer and Video Games. The latter, though, praised Blast Corps' level design and difficulty progression. Critics praised the game's graphics and sound. The game's unpretentious in comparison to video game trends of photorealistic rendering and cartoonish art. It was like the slick vehicles were likened to animations and metallic elements to Micro Machines and Rare's RC Pro-Am. Schneider praised the game's texture maps, which made the night scenes and houses look realistic and canyons breathtaking. The 3D program was found to be errorless and was particularly pleased about the game's lack of fog, usually used to cover developer limitations. Allgame praised the game's realistic polygonal models and technical prowess. On the weekend, Australian wrote that Blast Corps showcased the console's graphics capabilities. Schneider it was considered the soundtrack as between 70s pop, disaster movie score, and country bear jamboree. The range of the engine was praised, tire screeching and crashing sound effects. Reviewers disliked the country music tracks with jaw harp. IGN wrote that Blast Corps exemplified qualities of enjoyable NES and arcade games, while EGM considered the game unlike all others. Retro's Gamer wrote the game's combination of puzzles and continuous destruction made the game so unique as to defy genre classification. The magazine described the gameplay concept of returning to explore without a time limit as a stroke of genius. Retro Gamer thought of Blast Corps as a 3D successor to nail-biting reaction games such as Locomotion. Computer and Video Games agreed with the reader that Blast Corps was part of a destroyed subgenre, including games like Desert Strike, Return Fire, and Body Harvest. Video Game Sky put the game in a lineage with Highway Encounter and Lunar Jetman. It was also said that it was like Pilot Wings with a kamikaze twist. It's a multi-phase face game that melds a slick vehicle sim and a mind-thumping action strategy challenge with massive destructive force. Blast Course was on par with the quality of Shigeru Miyamoto games. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably didn't, but and an excellent display of Rare's potential. Next Gen described it as effectively every Tonka fantasy game brought vividly and explosively to life. Let's see. Yeah, there was a sequel. There was a sequel that wanted to do, but at the time, the concepts behind Blast Guard have been fully exhausted. It's considered among the company's most underrated games. The release bonus features included behind-the-scenes interviews with Blast Guard developers. Blast Guard was staying out of favor among Rare replay reviewers. Games are in line with a lot of Rare's successful N64 games of that time. So let's take a look at this one here. So I'm just going to say, because these games are becoming more in-depth, the reviews for them might be a little longer than the past, so these videos might be a little longer. Alright, let's take a look at this. Oh wow, look at this. So I'm going to be very strict on how much I play, because I know it'll be easy for me to get sucked in. Oh, look at this. Thank you. This is a lot of fun. Wow, look how much fucking cash I'm leveling. Jeez. Yeah, I can understand people not caring for the country music. Oh, sweet. I'll do the second level. Alright, we'll do one more.
Go for it. Try something else.
Yeah. Ah. Alright. I think I'm going to call it good with that. Don't want to get too crazy with it. But yeah, that's fun. That is a really fun game. Destroying all that stuff and all that, running all that cash. It is really fun. I'm surprised. I don't think I've quite seen a game like that before. I mean, maybe I have at some point, but I don't know. Sweet. Unlocked another thing. Alright, next. Oh, look at this. Banjo-Kazooie. Oh boy. This game was released in 1998, has 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb with about 1,700-ish user votes. Wikipedia reception page is going to be massive for this one. Also, on a side note, there's a lot of Banjo-Kazooie games in this installment coming up here. This game got... Metacritic gave it 92 out of 100, All Game 4.5 out of 5, at Stars Edge 8 out of 10, EGM 37.5 out of 40, GamePro full 5 out of 5, Game Revolution A-, GameSpot 9.5 out of 10, IGN 9.6 out of 10. It was favorably compared to Super Mario 64 due to its similar gameplay. IGN felt that the game was the best 3D platformer they have ever played, and a more than worthy successor to Super Mario 64. Similarly, EGM reviewers called it the best 3D action adventure game at the time, praising its graphics, sound effects, and the amount of gameplay each level offers. GamePro described Banjo-Kazooie as a more complex, more fluid, and more attractive game than SM64. N64 magazine highlighted the game's leak, noting the game could take 40 or 50 hours to fully complete. Graphics were seen as one of the strongest aspects of the game. GameSpot explained that the game maintains the look and feel of Mario 64, but instead of flat shaded polygons, the game uses a lot of textures. The game's long draw distance, solid frame rate, special lighting, and transparency effects and animations were highlighted very positively. Critics also praised the game's dynamic soundtrack. IGN remarked that it lets players know where they are going. This happens all the time, and in every level, it's all very Disney-esque. Sound effects received similar praise, with some critics crediting the characters' unique and diverse speech patterns. GameSpot remarked that although the gameplay is relatively formulaic, it makes a logical progression you would expect Nintendo to make. Game Informer observed that while Banjo-Kazooie is very similar to Super Mario 64, it has less emphasis on the platform and more on the exploration. Next Generation highlighted the game's depth and detail, stating that Super Mario 64 looks naked and aged in comparison. All games stated similar pros, crediting the level design as simply delightful, loaded with creativity, secrets, and memorable characters. Nintendo Power remarked that the game's puzzles were fresh and that the characters had more of a loudmouth attitude than Mario and crew. One habitually criticized aspect of the game was its flawed camera system. Game Revolution remarked that it could occasionally be in a bad angle to gauge a jump properly, while Edge said that its fixed position in the underwater section can be frustrating while retrieving collectibles. But yeah, there was a lot of games released in this series for that. I mean, there's this 1, 2, 3. Like 1, 2. 3, and a couple of Viva Pinata games. Some of these other games too, also, I got uploaded like other 360 versions on here, so I don't know how those reviews are gonna, I don't know how they function, but yeah. But yeah, and then we got these two coming up too in here. This video. Huh. Okay, so maybe these do connect to the 360 installments. Okay. Maybe they do. Yeah, I think they do. For sure. Oh, wow. Look at that. Ugh. I can understand the complaints on that because it's like, really? I might have to do some editing here. There we go. Oh wow, throwing Microsoft Game Studios right there. Alright. Oh wow, look at that. Let's just... Huh. 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 Might speed this up a little bit. Kind of want to see how the game plays here. So I guess these games that were ported to the 360 arcade, they use those versions for this. What the fuck? Alright, let's see how. Ace jump. Bottles. Gruntilda. Jumps out geeky cheese. Oh wow. Ooh. Oh. Oh man, this is fun. I don't know, yeah, the presentation and everything just kind of gives it just kind of a fun little... Oh frick, what the fuck is that? I don't think I can get that. gotta jump on these. I'm not too worried about that. I went in a big ass circle, jeez. Let's go up here. What's over here? Just a bunch of boulders. That'd be one of those games where it's not. Ooh. See what's on here. Ooh, so this is how we get to the mountain. Oh, wow. There was one in the first thing, but I didn't really get a chance to like. Oh wow, that's pretty tough. I might need something for that. Might have to go through here. Oh shit. You know what? I think I'm gonna save. And call it good with that. I don't want to get too crazy in into it. Because it's already 48 minutes, we still got 2 more games. Like, these are going to take longer to review because they're full-on N64 games. And they're not quite... Oh my god. Oh wow. I assume that was probably a save point that I didn't get to. That's fine. So now it goes back to that. So, yeah, that's kind of a rip. I mean, granted, these games are very large, so it kind of makes sense they would do that. But it's just, I don't know. Kind of would have preferred if they just kind of just have them in the game by default. Oh well, it is what it is. Next we got Force Gemini. This one you could do up to 4. This game came out in 1999. It's rated T for teen, has 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb with about 100-ish user votes. Wikipedia reception page. Metacritic gave it 80 out of 100. All Game 4 out of 5. Edge 9 out of 10. Game Informer 7.75 out of 10. Game Revolution a B. GameSpot 8.8 out of 10. IGN 8.1 out of 10. N64 Magazine gave it 93%. Next Gen gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It is described as a straightforward blaster at heart, with all gameplay that pays homage to 8 and 16-bit games with an emphasis on high-intensity action and level design that requires skill with the controller. Writing for IGN remarked that although Force Gemini has some flaws that could be more polished, it is still one of the N64's most original games and has much more good going for it than it does bad. Next Gen felt the game was bloated with too many features that it may exhaust players before it's over, including the game would have been twice as good if Rare had cut all the tedious parts. Game's graphics and surround sound effects were received very positively. The sound effects are described as dead on and crystal clear, and its soundtrack as some of the best ever put into an N64 game. Game Revolution said the game goes for a more operatic feel than the generic video game techno. Graphically, the game was highlighted for its visually stunning setting, state-of-the-art animation, and special lighting, with Game Informer remarking that the game's enormous explosions help intensify the action. Despite the praise, some critics observe occasional frame rate drops when the action increases or when the game is played in non-widescreen mode. Edge also criticized the camera for refusing to move in some situations, requiring players to enter the aiming mode to manually center it behind the player's character. Although the game was generally praised for its challenging AI, including minigames and length, some critics reacted negatively to the game's insistence in having to save every tribal to fully complete the campaign mode. It was felt that this task was far too tedious to truly be enjoyed. In contrast, N64 Magazine said that revisiting previous stages with new weapons was fun and extends the game's lifespan. Critics agreed that its controls were complex and confusing, that they were clunky during multiplayer. In a negative review, the Cincinnati Enquirer explained that the game is frustrating because players are required to constantly change from using the analog sticks to the C buttons of the N64 controller when switching to combat mode. GameSpot said that the controls remain responsive at all times, but acknowledged that the alteration between the two control styles may frustrate some players. In a retrospect, Nintendo Life stated that Force Gemini is a really enjoyable game with its fair share of flaws that tend to hinder the experience a little too much. That being said, it's certainly an incredibly fun title. At its best, that will definitely raise a few smiles. Alright, let's see how this one holds up here. New control schemes are now available for Force Gemini. Select options between them. So they kind of update that. That's great, actually. That's really good that they did that. this? Multiplayer. Yeah, it does have multiplayer. I don't know what. Well, I don't know what you do with multiplayer specifically. I just want to see what I don't. It's on default. I'll try that. I'll see how it works. A 1. Ooh, I like the looks of this. N64 right here. Coffee. See. Alright. Alright, trigger. Sorry. Alright, let's... Oh wow, yeah. Control scheme's gonna be very. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, control scheme, yeah, I can definitely see that as. Definitely want the updated version of that. Alright. I might be stuck. Oh, there we go. Maybe that's the other way. Yeah, it is. Frick. I might have missed a step. I don't know if... Wow. Kind of weird having me sit in areas with nothing there. Kind of... Yellow key required. I have to go back in that place. Yeah, if I don't start seeing some action, I'm going to have to cut the game loose. Because we're already crossing over an hour and we still got one more game to take a look at. The heck? Why can't I... There we go. That's probably what I needed to do. Oh shit, jeez. Fucking brutal. Shit. 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 Get the fuck up there, you fucking scrub. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I must have supposed to kill them. Jeez, dumbass. I feel like an idiot. Okay.
Liberate this once peaceful planet from Mizar and his evil drones. Colored gems can be collected. These will increase your health. Beware of Mizar's soldier drones. They remain on Goldwood in great numbers. Though weak, they often travel in groups. Don't be caught off guard by sniper drones. They use the treetops as ambush points. Pick them off using manual targeting. These crates contain ammunition.
By that you mean like all of them to complete the campaign.
When you have completed your objectives, find the takeoff pad where your ship awaits. You are now one step closer to Mizar's lair.
We'll do a little bit. Jeez, I spent all that time in the fucking... Alright, we're gonna call it good. Sweet. Alright, so that was that one. Oh boy, this is gonna be an hour and a half video. Oh boy. Unless I do some editing, which I might. Next, last one we're going to take a look at today. Perfect Dark. This one came out in 2000. It has 8.7 out of 10 on IMDb with about 1,500-ish user votes. Wikipedia reception page. This is going to be massive. Game Rankings gave 95%, Metacritic 97 out of 100. All Game gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Edge 9 out of 10. EGM 29.5 out of 30. GamePro full 5 out of 5. Game Revolution 8 minus. GameSpot 9.9 out of 10. IGN 9.8 out of 10. The most praised aspects of the game were its graphics, AI, and a number of multiplayer options. GameSpot claimed that as a console-first FPS, Perfect Dark is unparalleled, while IGN remarked that its extensive features set the game apart from its peers. N64 magazine described Perfect Dark as dauntingly huge, stating that it takes everything that made its predecessor such an enduring favorite and does it bigger, better, and more often. Edge concluded that although the game fails to be as revolutionary as its predecessor, it refines its phenomenal gameplay while massively developing its multiplayer components. Nintendo Power editors called the game undeniably a work of art, suspenseful, more compelling than most action movies, and much deeper than any video game of its type. The graphics... The graphics were praised for their dynamic lighting, complex geometry, varied textures, and smooth animations. IGN remarked that levels were more detailed than in GoldenEye 007, and character models and weapons were well animated. Game Revolution highlighted the game's semi-realistic look. Game's voiced cutscenes, surround sound effects, and atmospheric score, which was described as a mixture between Blade Runner soundtrack and GoldenEye 007, was said to be effectively bring the game to life. Electro Playground credited Rare to being able to fit such a clear-sounding experience into the limited space of an N64 cartridge. Gameplay was praised for the challenging AI of enemies and varied level design. Enemies were admired for their use of squad tactics, ability to wait for players to come back instead of obediently chasing after them, and for ducking around a corner for cover. GoldenEye 007, as well with GoldenEye 007, the game's non-linear approach to completing mission objectives was highlighted positively, giving players freedom to deal with situations as they see fit. The multiplayer mode was seen as the strongest aspect of the game. Reviewers noted that the flexibility of options, number of gameplay modes, clever weapons, and number of unlockable features, and customizable career-controlled bots gave the game an unprecedented amount of replay value. GamePro called the game's counter-operative mode one of the coolest multiplayer modes ever, stating that the player playing as Jonah never knows which enemy the opposing player controls. Game's inconsistent frame rate was frequently criticized. According to Trigger Happy Author, the game's inadequate temporal resolution owing to a wrong-headed choice to privilege visual detail over frame rate made it unplayable at higher difficulty levels. IGN editors observed that the frame rate can be choppy in large areas or environments with many characters on screen, but felt they were too frequently caught up in the game to notice or else were willing to forgive it. It was described that the lazy sci-fi fetishism of Joanna Dark's character design as a blatant and doomed attempt to steal the thunder of Lara Croft, and argued that she illustrated the challenges characterizing the protagonist of FPS first-person shooters, a problem that GoldenEye 007 had avoided by using the already well-known character James Bond. Alright. So, a little bit more about this, because it's such a big game. Shortly after the game was released, Rare planned to develop a sister title called Velvet Dark for either N64 or the GameCube, but the project was ultimately abandoned. The name Velvet Dark references Joanna Dark's alleged sister. Meanwhile, let's see here. The successor to this game was Time Splitters for a while. After Rare was purchased by Microsoft, the company released a prequel, Perfect Dark Zero, as a launch title for the 360. Although game reaching generally positive, some players felt that it did not meet their expectations. And that game we'll get to in a little bit here. In a retrospective analyst, Edge acknowledged that the game's frame rate and other data elements of the design rendered it nigh on unplayable. Since its release, the game has attracted a following of late players to constantly try to speedrun its levels and break world records. Let's see, a remaster, which we might be playing from the Xbox Live, feature improved frame rate, enhanced graphics, and online multiplayer. The remaster was developed by 4J Studios, same studios that did Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, which is next, in the next episode we do of this. Alright, let's take a look at this. Jeez. I'm gonna try to keep this short as much as I possibly could. Let's see if it does the 360 thing. It's probably gonna do the 360 thing. Yeah. Let's see how well this game does here. I played 007 a while ago. I do have Perfect Dark Zero on 360. I was waiting to get the N64 version of this, but I think... But it's fine doing it here. Yeah, I think I can figure it out fine. Combat Simulator. Wonder if it'll have bots. Find out quickly. To be honest, I'm tempted just to do a little quick multiplayer game just so that I don't get sucked into the story mode. If I don't see any enemies soon, I may just... Wow, doubler. Alright, that's not gonna work. Let's just see if there's one out there. I know, like, the story mode's kind of the main thing, but if I can play this live quickly with some people, I'd rather do that, considering the time of this. Because, like you've seen, like, some of these games takes a bit to get into because of all the beginning cutscenes, and that can kind of drag a little bit sometimes. But like I said, I don't know if there will be any people looking to play the original Perfect Dark online on Xbox One. Yeah, probably not. Let's Carrington Institute. Oh, I just explore here. Okay. Cool. It's counter. I don't know what that is. So. Might as well just do solo missions, I guess. I don't want to skip through this, but God, it looks great.
Why the big hurry?
If Dr. Carroll is not extracted tonight, Datadyne will put him through mind conditioning. And we'll lose our best chance of finding out what Datadyne are up to.
Are they all expendable?
Don't joke. You have to be careful, Joanna. Code keys will only operate while the owner is alive. If you kill them, the key is useless. Our guards are a different matter, of course.
What's the target location?
Work your way down the building to the ground level. Dr. Carroll will be in a research lab somewhere in the underground facility.
How will I recognize him?
We don't have an image record, and we can't find any official files. All we have is the name. Good luck, Perfect Dark.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can understand at times this being seen as kind of like a little pretty similar to Lara Croft, but to be honest, I just kind of feel like that's kind of... I feel like it's kind of a generalization a little bit. Oh, jeez.
Who the?
Target sighted. Target sighted.
I can really zone out with these. So far, this is awesome. Like, it controls great, it shoots great. Oh wow, it's a cycle. locked. Okay.
You made your last
The cool part is that the camera doesn't really interfere that much. Wow, I think I kind of... If I don't find another person in the next level I'm at, I'm probably gonna have to stop what I'm doing here. To be honest, I'm kind of already at the level, so I might as well go back up. I think I got everybody. I don't know how to do that. So I think I'm going to call it good. Sure. That was on easiest difficulty. Shit. Alright, so... Wow, it's a long-ass video. I'm definitely going to have to look into do some editing. It takes even longer to load that. Oh. But yeah, the Perfect Dark, that was great. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed playing that. That's for sure. Definitely a worthy addition. But like I said, I agree with the criticism. Having adding the 360 load stuff and all, it just feels like it feels kind of like a cheat. Like it's technically in there, but then you have those, I mean, it gets the job done. It's just kind of, I wouldn't say it cheapens it, but it kind of makes it feel like they couldn't even just put it in the disc because too much space or whatever. I don't know. So here's the next 5. We got Banjo-Kazooie, Conquers Bad Fur Day, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, Camille Elements of Power, and then Perfect Dark Zero. So we're getting in the 2000s here. And then Pinata, Refuel Pinata. 2 Pinata games. Yeah, the last one's gonna have some stuff we've seen before. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. The frick? Did I play one extra game in this? I might have played 6 in 1. And if that's the case, then oh well. It is what it is. I'll have to double check. If I did, it's not a big deal, especially considering that these next games are going to be so deep. But yeah, still solid, man. I'm sorry for the length of this episode. It was just, we just got into these games that were like very in depth. But yeah, still loving this collection, that's for sure. I'll know definitely more by the time we end this. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. In case you want to chat with me, Mike, or anyone else at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in About page / About section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab in our channel as well. You can access through a PC or laptop computer. We also have a Patreon page in the works. The main goal of the page is to raise some money to give the channel a bit bigger of a budget so we can do more ambitious stuff, and also to start making merchandise geared toward aspects of the channel that you guys enjoy. So any support we get for that will be much appreciated. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.